Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 5 of our player career mode here on FC24 on the channel. If you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch that. We're starting to get into our groove as a Doncaster Rovers player and a midfielder in the professional game. On this episode, you can look forward to Barrow at home, followed by Crewe Alexander away in the Pizza Trophy, and then high-flying Mansfield away as well, with Forster's Way into the starting 11. You can see that on the top right-hand side. If we just have a little look at the standings, currently we're going to be playing Barrow first, as we can see they're below us in the table, so we can look forward to hopefully a decent result at the Keep Moat. The EFL Cup is not something we're too interested in, but maybe a trip to Wembley could be on the cards. And then Mansfield Town, which can always be a difficult fixture, especially when they're in the form that they are at the moment. They haven't lost a game yet. Could we be the team that inflicts it on them? If we have a look at the training, we don't need to train as we're in the starting lineup, and we are going to be starting in the defensive midfield role alongside Westbrook and Close. So let's hope for a good start against struggling Barrow.
A game that speaks for itself in so many ways. A stadium bursting at the seams with excitement, and two terrific teams ready to give it everything in their quest for glory. The kind of match that's impossible.
Right then, let's have a look. I reckon avoid conceding, and we're going to try avoid conceding. We're going to try and keep a clean sheet here. That's going to be our target for today. But it's Doncaster versus Barrow. Us in the midfield. Ironside goes into Westbrook. We like to get an early touch, and we spray it out right to Sterry. Let's hope for a positive result here and kick off the episode with a win. Would be very nice indeed, as we've hit both wing backs in the first couple of minutes. Senior goes back into us. We're going to now try and play forward into Miller. Miller takes a lovely touch past their defender there. Ironside in front of us. We've got Close and Ironside exchanging passes. Ironside loses Ironside into us. We're going to look to spray this out to the right hand side. It's not the best ball by any stretch. It goes into Sterry. We'll get it back into us. West plays it into us. We get Sterry on the right hand side again. We do tend to use Sterry a little bit. We're going to try and nod this down even to Westbrook. We did have a little opportunity there possibly to sneak in, but unfortunately it breaks down, and after just coming up to 10 minutes on the clock, it's still Doncaster 0, Barrow 0 on the ball. In the centre midfield, we can see a pass to the left hand side. We choose to use his left foot. It's a little bit behind Senior, but it was a difficult pass to make. It goes back into us on the edge of the box. We're going to actually strike this one, and it's a poor strike, to be fair. The manager's not too impressed. It's hands on the hips from the manager. I thought we may be able to curl that, but we struck across it, and it's well wide, not troubling the goalkeeper. Barrow trying to come forward. Spence just running towards our back four. We are trying to cover off the space here. Still trying to cover off the space. He takes a touch onto his left foot. He might fancy a strike here. Garner is in our box. We do manage to make the interception. Sterry plays it into us, and we are going to go into Miller as we try and break away. Close goes into us. I'm assuming our left back's on the left hand side, which he certainly is Senior. He might try to go back into Aluwu. We make some nice space. There's a ping out to Sterry if we can use it, which we certainly do. We're on a 6.8. We've had a decent start to this game as Close gets it on the right hand side. We've picked up a nice little bit of space on the edge of the box, and it's going to be a corner to Doncaster, which we're going to be in the box for at the back stick because it's whipped in. We're going to attack this back stick if we possibly can. Faulkner gets it. He tries to dink it into us as we now have it on this left hand side. We're looking for a pass. We're going to have to go back in to Senior as we try and get back into the middle of the pitch. Westbrook plays it into Close, who plays it just behind us, and the Doncaster move does break down, and Barrow will come away with it. Lovely football from Doncaster. Sterry down the right hand side. Once again, we've got players supporting. We're trying to take up a nice bit of space on the edge of the box. Close goes back into Sterry, who goes back into Close. I think he's going to come back to Sterry again. He doesn't. He tries the ball into Tienza. And Tienza picks it up and gets possession for Barrow. 33 minutes gone. It's still 0-0 at the Keep Moat. On the ball again. It's another ping to the right-hand side, and Sterry in to George Miller, who's been one of our better players so far this season. Close goes into Ironside. Ironside tries the through ball. Doesn't quite come off. Ironside nearly wins it back, to be fair to him. And he's pressuring their centre-half at this moment in time. Goes all the way back to the Barrow goalkeeper. There's an opportunity to press here as he knocks it long. And we're not quite going to win that, or are we? Westbrook goes into us. We look for a couple of passes. There isn't one there, but there is a pass out to Senior. Senior down the left-hand side. Once again, we're on the edge of the box. It's headed away well by Reeve. We don't quite get the header But we should pick that up. Aluwu once again. We're in a nice bit of space. Westbrook picks it up. It comes out to us. It's another opportunity for a strike. And what we are finding out this afternoon is that we are not really a threat with strikes from outside the box. Just coming up to half-time, still 0-0. Half-time, 0-0. We've been the better side, I must say. We've had a couple of opportunities to test the goalkeeper from range. We've not done so effectively. And at half-time, we are trudging off with a respectable 6.8 rating. And we haven't conceded. We've still kept a clean sheet. So we've got to try and make the breakthrough in this second half. Right then, second half kicking off. Telford, Barrow will get it away. Back into Telford in the centre circle. We go to engage early doors. But we need a breakthrough in the second half. I wouldn't say we've been peppering the Barrow goal early doors. We've certainly been the better team in possession. And we're playing some lovely stuff in this central midfield at times. But just not quite got the breakthrough so far as Westbrook goes back to long. And it's Doncaster in possession once again. And the pass onto Sterre has been on all afternoon as we ping another ball out to the right-hand side. Sterre goes into Miller, who goes into Westbrook, who chooses to play it through to us. We were looking for Ironside to possibly make a run. He didn't quite do it. Went into Senior instead. Senior comes back to us. We're going to knock it off to the right, and Westbrook this time closes in. And it's a good save from Farman. It was deflected. Heavily involved once again, but Barrow survived as we look to try and pick this up. And we play a nice ball into Westbrook. We are dominating this midfield at the moment. It's into us once again. We look out to the right-hand side. Our preferred pass in to Sterre. There is an option at times to make a run through the middle. We are the defensive midfielder, but we have got an option to play a little 1-2 and get into a little bit of space. As it's Senior on the edge of the box. Westbrook, now Miller. It's a heavy touch from Miller. Farman plays out under pressure. Must be said, and I'm hoping that our centre-half's going to win this. He isn't. And we've got a little bit of a break on here for Barrow. Go down our left-hand side. Campbell back into Garner. Campbell once again. Now into Spence. Spence in our area. Goes out right to Tiencia down this right-hand side. It's a good block from Sterre. And Doncaster will come away again. Ironside come back into us. We're going to knock it back out to Ironside. And he goes back out to Sterre. Could this be a Doncaster break? Barrow did try and commit a couple of numbers forward there as they cross it across the box. And there is Westbrook. And it is Doncaster 1, Barrow 0. We broke incisively. And it's a cracking goal, to be fair. Patient at times. But we were very, very accurate there. And very, very clinical in front of goal. Let's have a little look at the replay here. We can see down the right-hand side, Sterry's been fantastic all afternoon. It's a lovely ball across. And it's all about if Westbrook can get his strike, keep it down. He does so. And it's Doncaster Rovers 1, Barrow 0. He's enjoyed that very much. And we're on a 7.7 in the centre of midfield. Miller goes into us. We try a little pass into Ironside. He's got a couple of bodies round him. But Miller does very, very well. But then gets dispossessed by Tiencia. Telford now on the ball for Barrow. Barrow starting to try and be a little bit more adventurous in this second half. Spence goes into Campbell. We've got a couple of concerns as it goes out to the left-hand side. We've got a couple of players we're trying to just keep an eye on here in the midfield. It's going to go back in to Telford. There's options on the edge of the box. Spence is one of those. It goes back into Campbell. It's a good block from us. 7.8 now. We are on as Joe Ironside. Hopefully, he's going to knock that down to us. We were looking for a pass. We couldn't quite see one. And we're going to go out to Spence, who we just know, Sterre, who we just know is there at this moment in time. As we're going to pick this up once again. Just knock it onto Aluwu. Keep hold of possession as Westbrook goes into us. It's not the easiest ball to deal with. And we are dispossessed. We couldn't really get hold of that. We couldn't get it under a spell. As Barrow come away down this left-hand side. Aluwu does very, very well indeed. He's under a little bit of pressure here. He's got to do something with it. He goes back to Senior, who does win a goal kick. That's good work between them two in a difficult position there. Doncaster coming forward again. It is on to Senior down this left-hand side. We've picked up a nice position once again on the edge of the box. And we are going to get another corner. Another goal would just make it that little bit more comfortable for us. At this moment in time, it's crossed in to the front post, headed by Close. We're in towards the back stick, couldn't quite get in there. It's going to come out to Aluwu, who shucks it back in, into Close. Now Ironside strikes it. Reeve is going to collect that, and then Feely will get it on the edge of his 6-yard box. There's chance for a press here, should we choose to do it, which we don't do it very well. It's back out to Reeve, the Barrow right-sided centre, right-sided fullback. Now into Telford, in to Gotts.
Alex with the info.
We're trying to get a tackle in the midfield. Telford back into Gotts once again. We're covering these passing lanes, just trying to make sure that Barrow haven't got an opportunity to get a decent pass away on the edge of the box once again. Still trying to just stop this attack. It's into Stevenson and Garner. Back to Stevenson. Back to Gotts. And it's a good save from Jones. It's a decent strike from the Barrow player. Corner to defend. 84 minutes. Can we defend this corner? It's whipped in. Should be headed away well by Ironside. It is, but it's not headed all the way clear. Ironside once again on the ball. More defending to do here for Doncaster Rovers. And we are there at the near post. We spied the danger. And it's all the pressure from Barrow at this moment in time. It's whipped in. Once again, we're not going to get his head on that one. Sterry does well. It's going to fall to Gotts. We get the blocking once again. And we do just about bring it away. And now we could possibly, if Sterry chooses to use us, we could break. And that's a heavy touch, but we are just about going to keep it in. And no, we're not. We're going to run it out of play. 89 minutes. We are on a rating of 8 as we trot back towards our defensive position. Just a couple of minutes left to go here in this game. It's all eyes on the fourth official and the added time board. 2 minutes of added time. And can Barrow mount one last charge into the Doncaster Rovers half? It's Reeve back into Worrell. Barrow's got to get this forward quickly. It's back to the Chester, and Doncaster Rovers will pick up the win. An 8.0 rating. We're very, very happy with that indeed. Let's just see what we did all in all. But we felt we dominated that game from midfield. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What do you reckon to that first performance? We start the episode with a win. And as we come off the pitch, Alu celebrating. It's a 7.9 rating for us. We played 92 minutes. We completed 28 passes. And we didn't misplace a single pass. Right, next up is the Pizza Trophy and Crewe Alexandra. We're playing quite a strong side here in the EFL Trophy. We are putting out a strong side ourselves. Anderson and Aluwu. Richard Wood, I'm not sure if Richard Wood is injured. But he's not going in the team at the moment. But after a clean sheet, we did get man of the match in the Barrow game as well. Miller and Ironside seems to be a pairing that I do reckon can get us goals. And we're going to look to get a match rating. Wow. What should we have a look at here? Recover the ball, regain possession. We'll try that. But it's a lovely sunny night here in at Crewe Alexandra's ground. So Ironside off to close. Pizza Trophy. It could take us to Wembley.
And what we've got coming up for you is group stage action from the Cup. It's Crewe Alexandra and they face Doncaster Rovers.
Well, Dirk, they come here in good form. If they can put in another solid performance today, it should guarantee their qualification to the knockout stages.
Maxwell into Westbrook. Ironside back into Westbrook. Westbrook tries an ambitious pass through to Miller, who was looking dangerous there. Made a nice little run towards the Crewe Alex back forward. We didn't quite manage to pick him out, and Powell will try an ambitious ball himself. Anderson plays it into us. We haven't got too much to look at so far here. We've not had too many options on the ball at this moment in time as we give the ball away terribly to Baker Richardson. And that is possibly the worst pass we've played for quite a long time. Maybe we're just not as up for this Pizza Trophy game as we have been in the league. But that was a woeful pass. We get the ball in the midfield. We've given the ball away again. This is possibly the worst performance we've had so far. We've given the ball away 3 times in the early stages. As we've got Tracy down this side, crosses it in, and Luwu's going to head it back into the middle, and Crewe Alexander score. And it's got to be said, we have not started this game well. And I say we, me individually, has had possibly one of the worst performances of my career so far. Given the ball away 2 or 3 times, looked very slack. It must be said, we tried to stop the cross. It's a bad header away from Aluwu, and then Powell just comes and smashes that into the bottom corner for Crewe Alexandra. It's Crewe 1, Doncaster 0. Straight away, we are back on the ball. We're wanting to try and make some impact here now. We go into Maxwell. Maxwell goes into Close. Close back into Maxwell. Right, we're starting to move his way up the field here. Maxwell thinks it back to us. We take a touch. Lose possession once, try not to lose it twice, keep it into Westbrook, now Ironside. Ironside, couple of decent little touches, it's a lovely back heel from Ironside to be fair. Into Miller, back to Westbrook, this is good football, back to Miller, it's 1-1, Doncaster turn it on. And that is a significant equaliser. We got back involved a little bit there, we managed to keep possession after a bit of a wobbly moment, and then we sat on the edge of the box watching this good football, and then Miller gets a good strike on goal. Miller and Ironside probably going to be one of the most feared front twos in League 2 this season, and doing it in the EFL Trophy. Here they come again though, Crewe Alexander, Baker Richardson, we've followed him across, trying to win the ball. We're going to go back out with our back five here. Very much playing at the left-hand side of this here. We've dropped back in with Baker Richardson. We followed him across. That's why we ended up on that side of the pitch. It's into Taberner, who takes a strike. And I expect Jones to save that. He only just did. And Crewe, once again, putting on a little bit of pressure. Corner for Crewe now. Will we manage to get ahead on this? We won't. Should be a Luwu. Baker Richardson heads over. Ironside, Miller, back into Westbrook. Westbrook again, good tackle from Demetriou. Taberner will come away with it. Crewe Alex always been regarded as quite a decent footballing side. As Anderson goes back into us, we've not really played a little dink pass today. We have now, it's out to Maxwell. As Maxwell goes into close, who goes back into us. We try to look for the pass. It's the pass to the right-hand side and Sterry. Back into Westbrook, goes into Miller. Oh, and there may have been an opportunity to get us in there as we go charging back here. Long goes into Tracy, Baker Richardson, who's a good unit. Looking at this, he's a good size for a centre forward. He's causing a little bit of problems for this Doncaster defence today, as he's got two winners on him now. As we regain possession, try not to lose it. We go back into Faulkner, who I'm hoping is going to deal with this as Jones plays it coolly, and we just helped out there. Nice bit of defending from us. And that should see the end of the first half, and it will. It's Crewe Alexander 1, Doncaster 1. After a shaky start, we came into the game a little bit more, both individually and as a team, and we walk off at half-time with a 7.1 rating. I believe a 7.1 rating, and we have regained possession 4 times. So there you go. We've already got our enhanced target. So looking decent. Can we get the win in the second half? There's some beautiful football going on here. Doncaster Rovers into Miller. Miller back into Sterry. Sterry on the right hand side. We've picked up a nice position on the edge of the box. They keep going for that ball, and I will reiterate, we are not asking for that. They just keep trying to pick us out as we go for the press and do get the tackling. We're up to a 7.3. But yeah, we're not asking for those passes. They keep trying to pick us out, whether it's something they've been working on in training with us. To be fair, if they've seen our shooting from distance so far today, they probably wouldn't be. But Crewe Alex coming forward again. Baker Richardson has been a constant thorn in our side at this moment in time. He's been a player that we've struggled to deal with at times. He's a big old unit, as Aluwu does well to head clear. And then Miller plays it back into us. Long now, down our right-hand side. Jones makes a good save. We actually called for it from Aluwu, then got it back from Miller. We've now got a corner to defend, of which Baker Richardson is in the box with us. And I mean, we called it. Baker Richardson manages to get in front of us. Keeper doesn't cover himself in glory. This guy is possibly a player that we maybe should be looking at, as we'll have a little look at this replay. I thought it was Baker Richardson who got the touch. Let's have a little look. It's crossed and it was Baker Richardson. Gets the touch. Goalkeeper. I think we've got to be a little bit critical there. There's 3 defenders. He sees it a little bit late, but that simply can't go in. It's Crewe Alexander 2, Doncaster 1. Miller now for Doncaster. Oh, Maxwell, he's played that very early to us. I was hoping he were going to let us make a run there. As we're starting to push on a little bit more in this second half. Close now. Goes into Maxwell, who goes back into close. We're just hovering out. We can, and Baker Richardson dispossesses us. And this Baker Richardson is causing all sorts of problems as we try to get the ball back off him, and he just shoves us to the side. He's now made a good run through the middle. Aluwu back into Powell, into White. White back into Taberner. He takes a little touch past us into Baker Richardson. It's back to him again. Try to get a foot in. Anderson does well. And Doncaster will clear. There's a little bit of afters there for us as well, as Ironside now has it. We take a touch. Just shift it onto the left-hand side, and Faulkner, who plays it back to us. We're going to spring it to the left-hand side. Back into Ironside now. Close. Miller. We take a little step back. It's Westbrook into Ironside. Back into Miller. It's played into Close. And was he offside? He was offside. So Close offside. Baker Richardson comes off for Crewe. 20 minutes to get an equaliser. Couple of minutes left. Molyneux down the left-hand side. Coming from Maxwell. Ironside. There's a pass into us. If he chooses to use it, we play it through to Miller. Miller's in. And Miller scores. It's 2-2. We do get the assist. And could this be the opportunity to actually get our first skill point on the board? Because Miller got into a nice position. And to be fair, George Miller has been firing all season. It's Crewe Alex 2, Doncaster 2. We're on an 8.6. We could be actually getting a skill point here, ladies and gents, as it's just 1 minute left to go. Offered down the left-hand side. I'm not sure if this goes straight to penalties. I'm thinking maybe it does, or is it a draw? I'm not quite sure on the Pizza Cup. It's been a few years since Sheffield United's been in it, the team I support, so I'm not too sure at the end of this. Would we fancy taking a penalty? Possibly yes. Will we have to take a penalty? Maybe not, because it's a good save from Jones.
And there we have it. The referee says that will do it for this match.
And I think it is going to go down as a draw. It is the group stages, I'm guessing, and so that has been a good performance from us there. We can certainly say that. We got a rating of 8.5, I believe. We've played 92 minutes and we have got 1 assist and 29 passes completed. Not a bad day's work. So final game of the episode coming right up, and it's Mansfield Town. This is going to be a tough one. So before we get into the next game, we have got that 1 skill point since we've got an 8.5 rating. We got man of the match once again. We're actually going to put it on our finishing. Reason for that is we've had a couple of chances from long shots. Not really made the most of them. So I think that would be a worthwhile opportunity just to try and improve that little part of our game, which we've struggled with a little bit. Mansfield Town are on 21 points. They are flying high. We're struggling for stamina a little bit, as you can see in the midfield. We have been man of the match in the last couple of games. So let's see if we can finish the episode as we started it with a win at Mansfield. Right then, let's have a look. Match objectives. We're going to go for avoid losing the match. This is quite a couple of close clubs as well, geographically. So could be a tasty affair, this. Like I said, Mansfield have been flying high, but the last couple of games, we individually have started playing particularly well, and the team as well. So hopefully we can pick up at least a point here at Mansfield. Here we are then, Doncaster. We are coming forward as we try. It's into Cargill. We try to pick the ball up from Caledon, but Oates will pick it up in the midfield now. Johnson. Mansfield starting to come forward here. Clark takes a nice shimmy onto his right-hand side. Now Oates. We've got some defending to do as Mansfield come down our left-hand side. We're trying to block off the passing lanes once again. It's out to Caledon on the edge of the box. Luwu has gone out to engage him. Now Reed. Clark. Down our left-hand side. It's off the post. Big chance for Mansfield. I expected that to be saved as Miller just about keeps possession. Goes into Close. Now Ironside. Somehow gets it through to Sterry, who goes out right to Close. And Close will have a little bit of space to run into here. Does get fouled, I would suggest. We're on the edge of the box once again. We've picked up this nice bit of room. But Close doesn't manage to hold possession. Clark does get possession. Plays into Caledon and Mansfield bring it. Mansfield look a very promising side as it's in to Lewis. Reed on the edge of the box. Now into Clark. Clark now into Lewis once again. We've got defending to do here. Keeler done down the left-hand side. Anderson sticks a foot in. We're on a 5.5 at the moment. Can't really get in this game, which is a frustrating thing for us as Lola plays it to the right-hand side. We've had a change of goalkeeper since the last game. As it's played out to us, we're going to ping this to the left-hand side and Senior up to 5.7. Ironside knocks it back into Senior. Senior needs some help here as we try and help him out. Now Anderson goes back into Aluwu, into Westbrook. It's not a bad ball from Close. We can't really make that run, but Close certainly can. He takes a nice touch and just can't quite get that pass away. It looks like there may have been a bit of afters there between him and the Mansfield defender as well, but Mansfield do bring it away well, and once again look a competent side in possession. Lola plays a shocking ball, and we just about managed to get it. He chose to play it into us for some reason. as Ironside plays it into us, and now we'll ping it out to the right-hand side and close. We're going to carry on as run forward as well. Miller gets a good touch. Oh, and that is ever so close to going through and breaking through that Mansfield defence. Keller Dunn once again into Lewis Reed, formerly of Sheffield United, into Aikens. Now Keeler Dunn again. Mansfield coming forward. We can see Oates. Aluwu gets a foot in. It's a good foot in at that. It's back to Lewis though, given straight away. Once again, we didn't call for it as Oates strikes it into the bottom right-hand corner. It's Mansfield 1, Doncaster 0. And it's disappointing. We felt that were avoidable. Especially, we've defended rather well so far. They've had that chance off the inside of the post. But we give the ball away on the edge of the box. And then it's a good strike. Bottom left-hand corner. Keeper beaten at his near post. Not too keen on that. But it's Mansfield 1, Doncaster 0. Senior down the left-hand side. Johnson cuts it out. Lewis is going to try and play forward again for Mansfield. But every time we lose the ball, Mansfield look exceptionally dangerous going forward. And once again, Johnson has it down this right-hand side. But Westbrook now takes all the possession, plays it into us. There's a pass through to Ironside there, who goes into Miller. Miller could have gone possibly down the left-hand side. He does now. And we've got Miller and Ironside making their way into the box. We're going to hold out just in case. It's back to Miller. And Miller makes it 1-1. Doncaster Rovers back in the game, equalising just as we tick on to 40 minutes. That was a bloody good goal from the Rovers. Very impressed with that. Down the left-hand side, he picks out the right pass, and once you pick out George Miller in these situations, he does tend to deliver. Mansfield 1, Doncaster Rovers 1. Mansfield coming straight back forward though. It's Lucas Aikens, and Lucas Aikens gets a good strike on it. Lola just about does enough to save it. And we've got some defending to do once again here as Mansfield do play it down the right-hand side. And Lola does a very good job of claiming that. Can we break before half-time? He's going to knock it long towards Joe Ironside, who tries to get ahead on it. But Keeler Dunn picks that up in midfield. We've got us and Anderson there trying to pick that up. Aikens again into Keeler Dunn. We get a good foot in there. Are you seriously getting that as a free kick? That is a disgrace, referee. That were a perfectly timed tackle. As Mansfield get this free kick, undeserved free kick on the edge of the box, and it's well over the bar. But that is disgraceful refereeing. As we tick up towards half-time, I'm sure this goal kick is going to be the last action of the half. As it's kick long into Ironside, and it will be the last action of the half. Mansfield 1, Doncaster 1, all to play for in the second half here at Mansfield's ground. So we kick off second half. The rain seems to have calmed down a little bit as we go into Miller. And we'll have this on the back in the midfield. Back into Sterry. Close. Can go into us if he wishes. He doesn't. He goes out to Ironside, who tries a little dink pass out to the left-hand side. We don't quite make it. And Mansfield are back in possession. Before playing a lovely ball over the top to Oates. Aikens on the edge of the box. Back to Oates. We do manage to get back between us. Anderson's a very good player. We've got some decent players in this Doncaster side. It must be said, Senior should come back here, which he does. We ask for the ball. We can see a pass out to Sterry, which we're going to just knock out to him now. We tend to like these little switches to the wing-backs as Westbrook plays a beautiful ball there. And we are going to drive forward here. And we tried to play the left wing-back in, and if he'd have got in there, that could have been a big, big moment in this game. As the Mansfield keeper does kick it long, Anderson nods it down, but it's into Lewis Reed, who plays it forward into Clark. And Mansfield have the ball in midfield once again. Sterry coming forward, close, into Miller. Oh, he tries to play in Ironside. But once again, this has been a good game so far. To say Mansfield are one of the top teams in the division, we are very much holding our own and playing some nice football at times as well. As Lewis has it in midfield, plays a nice little touch into Clark. Now Oates, more defending to be done here. Clark, once again, it's a nice ball into Keeler Dunn. Lola makes a fantastic save. And it is still 1-1, but we're having to do a little bit of defending here, as we've got a couple of players to mark in at the middle of the box. It goes short to Aikens, into Swan. Swan on the edge of the box, into Johnson. More defending to be done here. Anderson, into Clark. Back to Keeler Dunn. Back to Clark. His body's on the line from Doncaster. Aikens is going to try and get there. Anderson does. And Close whacks it away. Good defending from Doncaster Rovers as Mansfield Town look to come again. It's Swan in the centre of our half. It's a nice little Cruyff turn into Keeler Dunn. Back out to Clark. And Richard Wood does exceptionally well. Mansfield 1, Doncaster 1. Mansfield coming forward again. Keeler Dunn. Edge of our box. It's all Mansfield at this moment in time. Plays it into Lewis. Now Clark, who gets the strike away. It's Mansfield 2, Doncaster 1. And they have really been piling on the pressure in this last few minutes in this second half. They look a more accomplished side going forward. We've held his own today, and we tried to get to him. But yeah, it's a decent strike. Keeper's no chance. I've not been overly impressed with our goalkeeper today. We're on a rating of 6.4. Disappointing day so far. Mansfield coming forward again here. We've got McLaughlin on the edge of the box. And Lucas Aikins, it drops kindly for him. And Lucas Aikins gets Mansfield third. Lewis Reed celebrating with him. It's very disappointing. We have a little look at this. We're trying to defend well there. It hits us on the chest, really. And then it falls to Lucas Aikins. He gets the strike away. Lola's no chance. We can't blame him for that one. Mansfield 3, Doncaster 1. We, I imagine, will be at risk of subbing out here on a 6.4. It's been a tough day so far for this Doncaster overside. Westbrook into Ironside. Could there possibly be a chance of a Doncaster comeback here? It's fell to Miller in the edge of the box. It's then bounced off us and it's fell to Aikins. It's not been our day. Whether conditions, whether a bit of fatigue has kicked in after that Crewe Alex game and obviously the Barrow game in which we played so well. We've had 2 man of the match performances today. But this certainly hasn't been. As Keeler Dunn skips past us, we're looking at a tired player in the midfield now. As Keeler Dunn, he's got all the confidence in the world. He's toying with Richard Wood. Aikins down this right-hand side. It's headed in by Swan. It's 4-1 to Mansfield. And although we started the episode very, very well, it's ending very, very badly. Swan does get Mansfield's 4th. We're going to have to watch this again. It's Aikins again down this right-hand side. He's been a constant thorn in our side. Plays it in. He overjumps our Luwu. And again, are we looking at the goalkeeper here? It's from close range, to be fair. But still, I possibly felt he may have done a little bit better. Mansfield 4, Doncaster Rovers 1. Mansfield coming forward again. Swan down the left-hand side. We tried to get back. It's into the side netting. But I think that is going to be the end of our afternoon. The manager has seen enough. We are coming off the pitch for Faulkner, and that has been the worst performance of the episode for us. We've not done well at all there. We've not cleared the ball. And we will, I believe, since there's such a short time left, we'll just sim the rest of the game. And we do manage to pull our goal back, and it is Joe Ironside. But Mansfield 4, Doncaster 2. We'll have a look at the spreadsheet and have a look at what we've got coming up in the next episode. So spreadsheet-wise, we can have a little look. We did start off very well in this episode at home to Barrow, winning 1-0 and getting a 7.9 and getting the man of the match. We followed that with a decent performance again at Crewe, getting man of the match and an 8.5, which allowed us to get that player growth. And then obviously that very disappointing game we've just witnessed away at Mansfield. But we can see the performances individually are improving. The last game being a little bit of an anomaly. And we can probably see why, because we're currently now in 20th in the league, just above Crewe and above Barrow, who we beat in this episode. But if we have a look at the top, we can see Mansfield Town are second and still the only unbeaten team in League 2. Chasing down Forest Green. If we have a look at what we've got coming up on the next episode, we can see we start off with MK Dons at home, follow that up with Tranmere at home as well, and then we have got Salford City, Gary Neville's Salford City away. I hope you've enjoyed that one. Please do like and subscribe. We're enjoying this series a lot. We're enjoying creating it for you, and I hope you're enjoying it too, and we'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra!